How did I die? Oh my god.
Showtime, CT. Inform our partners another trial has begun. Prep interference routines. Beat and wait. It's time for Added V to get back on the corporate map. Yes. Terrorist, target the conduit and claim your glory.
He looked like the whole police though. He looked like the whole police.
Do you think that looks like friction? A little bit?
He did a little bit.
Didn't you? I didn't witness what Mr. Collette did. I didn't see that. But you saw the reaction from the crowd, right? Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't really paying much attention to that. Would you agree with me that it seems that the crowd was reacting to members of your group going out in the street and trying to interfere with what was going on off your property?
Yeah.
I don't think they were happy about it. And in fact, Kriston Harris, who made this video, specifically told you to stay on your property and not go out on the street and try and put fires or interfere with any of that stuff. Just protect your property. Isn't that what he told you? I believe so. I was just going to grab the garbage can, the dumpster that belonged to the car source that was on the car source property. This is before you headed south towards the 63rd Street car source, right? Yes. This is before you decided to go down there with a fire extinguisher, correct? Yes. This is before you shot Mr. Rosenbaum, Mr. Huber, Mr. Grosskreutz.
Oh man, y'all gonna get me up. Me and the homie T.
Yes. So you knew.
Ooh, he said T up, bitch. Oh, I forgot. I gotta buy that goddamn golf. I gotta buy that
going
golf.
out there and trying to put out fires or interfere with any of that stuff.
Ah. Good game, good game, good game, good game.
That this is a crowd that's not going to take it very well. It seems like they were more mad at the part of him screaming what he screamed after, not putting out the fire. That's what it seemed like to me. And he screams to them, fuck around and find out, right? That's what he screamed to them. After they had just tried to light a dumpster on fire. Right? Yes. So, what did you interpret that to mean? I don't know. I didn't witness in the time. I just grabbed the dumpster a minute after and tried to pull it onto the property. Because it seems to me he's saying, you light stuff on fire, and I'm gonna... I'll withdraw the question. And then withdraw.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it seems to you.
Dad, this came from me.
You can ask your questions. That's fine. Go ahead.
You can't say what it means, what it seems to you.
It was shortly after that incident that we just watched where you were interviewed by Richie McGinnis, correct? Yes. And you said you never heard of him, never dealt with him before this night? I have not. So why did you talk to him? He seemed like a nice guy. Did he introduce himself as from the media? He didn't specifically say, hey, I'm from the media. He was like, hey, do you want to do an interview? And when you heard him ask you to do an interview, you didn't think that meant he's from the media?
No, that's not what I said. I said he didn't specifically say he was from the media.
Okay, but you assumed when he says, I'm going to interview, that he's from the media, right?
Yes.
And did he tell you he's from the Daily Caller?
He did not.
So you didn't know what media company he worked for?
Correct.
But you agreed to have him interview you on camera, correct?
Yes.
Can we please play exhibit number 16?
I'm watching this court shit.
What is
It's Rittenhouse trial. I'm rewatching it actually. I've seen it all, but I'm just watching it again because some shit I missed. But it's crazy.
Bypass that console, so we might get a better
Crazy as
understanding.
hell.
Oh no! You've caught me! Me and my little partnership.
Yeah, I'm trying out this Sabagal.
Just when you need a
See what it's like on this arbitration.
sniff between. See if you can find the cheese.
And we'll have these other folks. I see there's some other people who are gotcha. And then what about these guys up on the roof? Gotcha.
Outgoing
You
communication
have your
software.
AR-15 to
Not
protect
much of a
yourself,
tool for orders.
correct?
Yes.
And you indicate that you're going to run out there
The system has a back door.
and treat anyone who needs medical help, correct?
Yes.
Were you going to bring the gun along when you did that?
Duh.
Yes.
Right on
To
schedule.
defend yourself while you're treating someone?
Yes.
If I needed to defend myself while treating somebody, yes.
If you didn't think there was friction with the crowd,
Wow.
trying to help, why did you expect there to be any danger?
Because that's what's out there.
From the previous nights when I saw people being assaulted,
Right.
Were they medics
No.
being assaulted?
I don't know who they were. I know one of them was just trying to put out a fire at his business.
So you saw someone put out a who was trying to put out a fire who got assaulted.
Yes.
But if you're going to help people, why would you expect anyone would try and hurt you?
I don't know. Somebody did try to hurt me, and I was helping people.
Right.
That came, you're talking about later on.
Yes.
Okay, but at this moment in time, this is before the shootings.
Yes.
This is before you cross 60th, before you deal with Rosenbaum, Huber, Grosskreutz, all that, right?
Yes.
So at this moment in time,
Damn, he came up on there and sliced
you
me.
don't think there's a hostile crowd. You're there to
Wow.
help people.
He came up there and sliced me, bro.
I don't understand.
He came up there and sliced me. Get down. I got him.
If you're out in a friendly, or you think it's a friendly crowd.
I got him. I got him. Calm down. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with, bro.
I didn't say I didn't think they were hostile. I didn't think they were.
Oh my god. Alright, where the blue one at? Alright.
Okay, so they're not hostile to you, and
Right
you're going to
here.
go help them. Why do you need the gun? What do you want with it?
Like your fuse.
I need the gun because if I had to protect myself because somebody attacked me,
Why would you think it's
What kind of color you
I
want?
don't know. But you clearly
You
planned on
can't
it.
write on that. That's to go to the
You thought it was gonna
school.
happen.
no, I didn't.
That's the whole reason you brought the gun, isn't it?
I brought the
Flash out of my face.
Exactly.
I gotta take that back to the school if you want a shirt. You coloring all on it.
We're going to be in danger.
I gotta get another one
Not
now.
necessarily.
I don't understand. You
Dang.
said you're going to bring the gun to protect yourself. So you thought you were going to be in danger, right?
I didn't think I would be put into a situation where I would have to defend myself.
You said that the people around you on that property and the people up on the roof were there to protect you. That's what you said in the video, right?
Yes.
You meant when you go out in the crowd, they're going to protect you, right?
Watch over me, yes.
Watch over and protect you, right?
Yes.
Again, because you expected that if you go out in that crowd to try and provide medical service, you thought you were going to get attacked.
Yes. Shit. I'll be scared for my life too. Shit.
They they were to watch me. They were on the roof to watch me, and if somebody wants to attack me in their view, they can say, "Hey, Kyle, watch out."
They've got AR-15s.
Yes.
We talked earlier about the fact that the AR-15, you can't use deadly force to protect the building,
Let's go on
right?
the offensive.
Correct. The AR-15 was to protect you, right? That's what you just said.
Not the AR-15. I said they could shout down to me and be like, "Hey, Kyle, watch out."
So they're just carrying around the AR-15s for no reason?
I don't know why they're carrying around the AR-15s.
Can we play exhibit?
Right, you can't speak for nobody else.
This is the end. At the end of this video is where you invite Mr. Guinness to follow you and Ryan Walsh, correct?
Yes.
And you invited him to do that because you want, I think you said on, when your attorney was asking you questions, that you wanted him to film you while you were out in the crowd doing your thing. Okay?
Yeah, I said it was okay for him to film me.
Let's play exhibit.
Oh my god, man. I don't even know how I even died, bro. Come on. What?
Just ask you. So you're a certified EMT. And you said yes, correct?
Yes.
That was a lie, correct?
I'm not an EMT.
You're not a certified EMT. You're not an EMT of any kind. You weren't on that night, correct?
Yes.
So you lied to him, correct?
I told him I was an EMT, but I wasn't.
And you knew you were being interviewed by someone in the media when you told that lie, didn't you?
Yes.
Please continue.
If you work as an empty normally, thank you for your service. I appreciate the trust.
Niggas acting like they was cops.
Back up 10 seconds, please.
They was acting like cops. That's what they was doing.
We just heard a voice say something to you, Mr. Balch, about people throwing rocks or something along those lines.
They was acting like they was cops. Oh my god, they was acting like they was cops.
The police officer from the Bearcat, yes.
That's what I was going to ask. That's one of the law enforcement officers in that armored vehicle that you're walking past, correct?
Yes.
And this, what we're watching in this video happens a few minutes after those same Bearcats had come to the
Wow.
Street property and handed you some bottles of water, correct?
Yes.
And they say to you something to the effect of, "We appreciate you guys." You remember that?
I do.
That's when you were on the 59th Street property and you were acting like you were guarding that property, correct?
Yes.
So, how did it make you feel when the police are letting you pass the lines, they're warning you about people throwing rocks, they're handing out bottles of water, they're telling you that they appreciate you? How did it make you feel?
I didn't really care. I was thankful for the water because I had OC stuff, gas in my eyes, but I didn't really notice or care.
It didn't make you feel like they approved of what you were doing?
No.
It didn't make you feel like you're emboldened now to go out there and act on their behalf?
Yeah, he lying.
No?
Oh, he
Let's play the
lying.
video here, please.
He lying.
A small price to pay for this.
And he gripping his shit. Right past the police. Ain't that song?
You yelled something friendly. I'm not sure how many times, but you yelled friendly out.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Use the pointer. You are crossing on
The street.
the west side
With
of
your
Sheridan Road,
clutching your,
crossing south
he
across
clutching his
60th
gun
Street
too. He clutching it.
heading across the police line, which had barricaded across 60th.
And clutching his shit.
Yes.
I make a point of
Why come the police ain't going over there, but you going over
You
there?
understood at this moment that you are now entering a crowd of whatever you want to call them, protesters, demonstrators, your attorneys call
But the police let you walk over there?
or whatever. That's who you're going
The police
to
let him walk over there with his gun like that, for real?
I was walking through, I announced myself as friendly, and I was there to help them.
Because you had to do that to warn these people that, hey, I'm on your side, right?
I told them that I was friendly.
Because if you didn't say that, you were worried they would see you as hostile. Correct?
Yep.
Can you re-ask your question? I try to
Absolutely.
understand.
If you're going to go up to Dominic Black or Ryan Mulch, you don't need to tell them you're friendly because they know that you're friends, right? We don't tell this to our friends.
Yeah.
We say friendly
For
to
people we don't know.
that aren't our friends, people that might be hostile to us, right?
Yeah, I said it to them because they were throwing rocks at me, and when I told them I was friendly, they stopped throwing rocks at us.
To be accurate, they were throwing Bearcats, not you.
Yeah.
One of them hit one of the armored vehicles and bounced off towards you, Mr. Mulch, right?
Yeah.
It didn't do any damage to that. Imagine trying to harm an armored vehicle from off. That's very hard to do, right?
Yeah.
No one was throwing rocks at you, but you were kind of in the ricochet line of fire. It's fair to say. So you
Oh my
wanted to
God,
let
where y'all at? I'm
know
getting jumped.
That, hey, I might look like I'm on the other side, but I'm really friendly.
Yo, I'm getting jumped, y'all. Waypoint 1, I'm getting jumped. I can't even move.
You might appear to them.
I couldn't even move, yo.
When you said friendly, and I noticed you looking over at your attorney a lot. Can you? I'm trying to ask you. When you are doing something,
He's looking directly at Mr. Binger, and I'm behind him. He accused Mr. Rittenhouse of looking at his attorney. Does he want him to look at the ceiling?
I'll continue.
It said he wanted to look at the ceiling.
You, at this very moment, announced yourself as friendly because you were worried that the people on the other side of that street would see you as hostile. Fair?
I can't tell you how I think they would see me,
Dad,
but I just told them I was
Why you
friendly.
yelling?
And I want to
What's
make
wrong
sure
with you,
understand
baby?
my question, because I was asking you what you thought.
Well, that don't mean you need to be yelling.
You said you announced yourself as friendly because you thought to yourself at that very moment, I'm walking into a group that is hostile to me. Isn't that true?
Look, Casa, they were throwing rocks at the squad car, not the squad cars, the armored police cars.
And you felt it
What
was
the heck is
necessary
going
to
on here? These
friendly,
people is
friendly, friendly, so
overpowered.
that they wouldn't do anything to you. Fair?
Yes.
Let's continue the hearing.
Impressive. Oh, this is just fluttering with anticipation.
There's a
What
person that
will
comes
you
up to you
do?
carrying a skateboard. You see that?
I do.
Next.
And he's got some fire extinguishers slung over his shoulder.
Yes.
And he says something to you about something putting out fires. And you respond, they know. Did I understand what you said correctly there? They know?
That's what I just heard, but I don't remember that interaction very well, other than helping the guy after with the shoulder.
And that's going to come up in a second here. But when you're talking to this individual about the fire extinguishers, do you remember anything about that conversation?
It's hard to recall, but I think it was about fires, that they were putting out fires.
Okay. And when you said they know, who's they?
I don't recall.
Do you have any idea what you were talking about?
I don't.
It seems to me, Mr. Rittenhouse, that this person is suggesting he's going to go put out some fires, and you're sort of assuring him that you don't need to, it's okay. Would that be a fair interpretation, or no?
No.
But you don't remember what was going on.
I
I don't remember the conversation about the vampires. I don't recall it. This is one of the guys in the group that you later got your privacy from, right?
No.
We'll get to that in a second. Let's continue.
I don't know what that shit is killing me, yo, but that shit is killing me. Alright, y'all extracting. Let's get the hell up out of here. So, right, let's get the hell up out of here. I don't even know where to go. Shit.
You're walking around asking people what's going on, maybe in the medical. You talked earlier about treating a couple, I don't know, somebody at the 59th Street car source, right? Minor injuries. When you were walking around outside that property, when you're out in the street, announcing what you're announcing, did anybody respond and say, yeah, I need help from you?
Yes.
When was that?
I don't recall the exact time, but somebody cut their finger open and I gave them some gauze and some bandage tape.
Was that before or after this? Do you remember?
Before.
Where physically did that happen?
I don't recall.
And was this a situation where you announced or yelled out that you could help, and then somebody said, "Yeah, I need some help"? Was that what went on in that situation?
Yes.
As you're walking along here, from this point until the end, until you shoot Rosenbaum and Huber and Grosskreutz, no one in this crowd ever says to you, "Yeah, I do need medical. Come over and help me." Correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue. This is the individual who accuses you of pointing your gun at them, right?
Yes.
And he says that you did so when he was on a vehicle, right?
Yes.
And in fact, he had been at the 59th Street car source location, climbing on, sitting on, jumping on one of the vehicles in that lot. It had to be.
Not that I'm aware of. I know I heard Joanne Fiedler testify to that, but I don't remember seeing him at that location.
But he accuses you of that here.
He does.
And you tell him, basically, yeah, I did point the gun at you, right?
I shrugged it off and said, yeah, I did, sarcastically, meaning I didn't, but I just didn't want a confrontation, so I was like, I did, and walked away.
Why did you lie to him?
I didn't lie to him, I was using sarcasm.
The words you said,
the instant on
yeah,
fire.
I did. Those weren't true, were they?
We're now fighting over sarcasm. This is a murder trial.
Sarcasm, he says it's a lie. It's hard to examine. Go ahead.
When you told that individual, yeah, I did point a gun at you, that wasn't true, was it?
I didn't point a gun at him.
So, why did you react to him that way in that particular moment?
I thought that would be the best way to avoid conflict. I just said, yeah, I did, sarcastically, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What conflict were you trying to avoid?
Any conflict, if he would have got, like, he was accusing me of something I didn't do, so I thought the best thing the best thing to do would be to walk away instead of getting into some argument, so, but you didn't.
Just walk away. You said to him sarcastically, yeah, I did.
Right here.
I said sarcastically, I did, and walked away.
Because you're worried about a conflict. What conflict were you worried about?
A verbal argument?
I thought someone was on fire in here. It was on
This
fire.
individual is clearly expressing to you that he's unhappy because he thought you pointed your gun at him, correct?
Yes.
And you can understand why someone would be upset when you point an AR-15 at them, correct?
Yes.
You knew that even before this, right?
Yes.
In fact, back at the 59th Street car source, that crowd that you described as not having any friction, many of that crowd got upset because they thought people in your group were pointing their laser pointers at them. Do you remember that?
I saw it in the videos, but I don't know what other people were doing.
I'm not saying anybody actually was. I'm saying the crowd was upset, and you knew that. You heard them complaining, correct?
Watching the videos, yes.
And even at that time, that night, you heard the crowd upset because they thought members of your group were pointing their laser pointers at them. Do you remember that from that night?
Sorta, yes or no. I remember Ryan Balch saying something like telling the people to stop pointing their lasers at people or something. I don't really remember that.
Ryan Balch was telling the people in your group to stop doing that.
The people on the roof
Who were part of your group, right?
that were there, yes.
So, you know when we're talking about laser pointers, we're talking about the sight at the end of some guns that helps us almost like this, right? If somebody does this at me, you know, that could be someone pointing a gun, correct?
It could be seen as that.
And that's what the crowd was complaining about, right?
Yeah.
So you knew from that crowd incident, and you certainly knew from this incident, that when people have guns pointed at them, it can really escalate the situation, correct?
Yeah, I don't think anybody had lasers on their guns. I think.
Yeah, but let's go back to your group at 59th Street, because you actually didn't know any of those people other than Dominic and Nick Smith, right?
Yes.
You had just met Ryan Balch for the first time 3 or 4 hours
Oh yeah, I
before
knew
this
she
video,
was.
right?
That's what
Yeah.
she was right
You
into
just
her
met
room.
Jason Lekowski for the first
I
time.
know.
Just actually only a few minutes before this, right? Because he didn't get in until 10:45.
She didn't even notice.
Right.
I'm
So,
the first one that
At this
even
point in the
noticed.
video,
I'm like,
I don't know,
this
this is probably
burning.
about 11:30 or so at night.
I met him about 35 minutes prior to that.
And probably had only spent, 10, 15 minutes at all in the same location as Jason Lekowski before you walk south?
Yes.
So, again, Jason Lekowski was someone you'd never met before that night,
Correct.
and you barely spent any time with him that night, correct?
Correct.
And of course, the people up on the roof, other than Dominic Black and Nick Smith, you didn't know any of them before that night either, correct?
I knew Dominic Black and Nick Smith with people.
I would say,
Yeah, sorry.
Dominic Black and Nick Smith.
I knew those are the two people I knew.
Other than that, you didn't know anyone else before this night. Fair?
Correct.
Now, when this little interaction that we just watched happens, you're still walking with Ryan Balch, aren't you?
I'm not. I thought it was at the time, but seeing hindsight view, I'm not.
When you decided to cross 60 with Ryan Balch, you two talked about the fact that if you get separated, to go back to the 59th Street car source, right?
I don't recall that conversation happening.
But you tried to do that, didn't you?
I did.
Because you felt like if I'm out here by myself, that's not good. I need to head back, right?
Yes.
And you also talked to Ryan Balch about the fact that when you get out into this crowd, keep your mouth shut. Don't antagonize him. Didn't Ryan talk to you about that?
No, we didn't talk about that.
Scandalous.
So at this very moment, you're telling us you lost track of Ryan Balch.
A little bit ahead, but around that time, yes.
Let's continue the video.
Right on schedule. CT, prepare my encounters for further evolution.
You have just walked off the screen, heading east across Sheridan Road to the Ultimate gas station, correct?
Yes.
And at that point in time, you don't know where Ryan Balch is, correct?
When I stop and look around, yes.
And instead of deciding to head back at this point, you go over to Ultimate Gas and you talk to some folks over there. Fair?
I walk over to the ultimate gas station, I walk around, and I try to see if I can find Mr. Balch.
And you couldn't do that.
No.
So then you decided to approach the police line and cross back, correct?
Yes.
Because you decided your best course of action at that point would be to return to the same group that you've been with, correct?
Yes.
Now, at that moment in time, the police had pushed everybody south of 60th, right?
Sorta. I don't really know if there were...
Did it say south? I said south of 60th. Let's go back a little bit. We watched that interview with Richie McGinnis where he first comes up to you and talks to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you're standing there at the 59th Street property, aren't you?
I am.
And he talks to you about what you're going to do, and you're going to run out and help people, things like that, right?
Yes.
At that point, the police had already passed with all the Bearcats and MRAPs and armored vehicles, right?
That's what it looks like, yes.
And they had established a line on 60th and Sheridan, correct?
Yes.
And they pushed all of the protesters, demonstrators, rioters, whatever you want to call them, all of them south of 60th, correct?
I don't know if I can honestly answer all of them. I don't know. I believe there are some people still north down Sheridan and in the foot across the street.
So, were there, I mean, we saw a crowd earlier of lots of protesters out in the street. That group, the numbers had dwindled quite a bit.
Yes.
So after the police move everybody south of 60th, there's no more actual threat to the 59th Street car source, is there?
I don't know.
Well, at that moment in time, what imminent threats did you see to the 59th Street car source property?
I don't know.
Do you remember seeing any protesters out in the street in front of the 59th Street car source after the police pushed everybody south of 60th?
I believe there were some across the street, but not many. I can't recall completely.
And that was just 2 or 3 people, right?
I don't know how many people.
None of those people came across the street to the 59th Street car source, did they?
I don't know. If they did, I would have walked off by now.
So you didn't see them come across the street?
I did not.
Fair to say that after the police pushed everybody south of 60th, you never saw any people threatening that property, correct?
I didn't see anybody.
And your goal that night, you took it upon yourself to protect the 59th Street property, correct?
The owners asked.
Sure. But you were going to station yourself at that property to try and protect it from damage. Fair?
The car source locations, yes.
And once the police had pushed everybody south of that, there was no more danger.
At that car source location, yes.
Okay. So, why not go home at that point?
Because the police were still pushing people back, and then they were backing up, and I was still helping people provide medical first aid.
And so, the police had established the line at 60th with their Bearcats at that point, right?
Yes.
And there was no indication that they were going to reverse and back up and move back north again that you saw, correct?
No, they did it earlier in the night where they did the same thing.
Right, but this is at 11:30, 11:40 at night, and they've established that, the police have established that line, and as far as you can tell, it's going to stay there, right?
I don't know.
And you talked about trying to provide medical help, but there's no one around that needs medical help in the 59th Street car source at that point, is there?
Not that I noticed.
So you don't have any purpose there anymore, do you?
Other than...
So why not go home?
Because I was going to help people provide first aid and medical assistance.
But that wasn't the reason you were there that night. You were there that night to protect the 59th Street car source.
It was one of the reasons I was there. Part of my reasons of being there was to protect the car source properties and provide first aid and medical assistance.
So you went out in the crowd, you can see in this video, looking for anyone who needed your help.
If somebody asked if somebody said they need help, I would have helped them.
So, why go with Ryan Balch?
Because you're safer and better in yours when there's somebody else that's also with you.
So when you cross 60, you were worried about your safety?
A little bit.
Even though you think this is not a hostile crowd and you're there to help them, you're still worried about your safety. That's why you needed Balch to back you up, right?
I said I didn't think they were hostile towards me. I didn't say that they want to be a hostile crowd.
So, let me rephrase my question. So take that into account. You didn't think this was a crowd that was hostile to you personally, and you thought you were going to help them. But yet you also felt you needed a backup armed former Army infantryman to protect you.
Yes.
And yet when he's gone, you can't find him. You don't immediately go back, right?
I looked for him for a second, and then I think Max had looked for him for like 3 minutes, and then I tried to go back.
And when you couldn't get back straight across the police lines, did you decide to try and go around the police lines? For example, the ultimate gas station is here at 60th and Sheridan. Why didn't you walk down the street here and go over this way and around?
I don't know.
Why didn't you go west or this way and go around?
I don't know.
Now so that bull's forming there, that's it.
It was very close to time that I was heading back.
Every single piece
That I was turned on my police before I got the phone call from Dominic Black. So I guess I didn't have time to really think about it which ways I could go around.
You knew the layout of downtown Kenosha, right? Because you said you drove it full time, right?
A little bit.
So,
Shut my door,
over to the
nobody.
ultimate gas station, and you spent some time talking with folks that are there who are
Release it.
clothing,
Oh yeah, my ass.
things like that. Right?
Similar weapons. I wouldn't say similar dress.
But you went over there because you felt that those were people doing something similar to what you were doing.
I thought that would be the same
Turn that
spot
fan
for
off
me to
for
go.
me.
Why did you think you were saying
Because I was
What'd I say?
alone.
Oh, you just got me killed.
They were, like I said, you're better in pairs. And I didn't want to be
Go fix me a
alone
sandwich.
in that situation.
Can you do it?
you didn't want to be alone out here with this crowd that we see on the screen right now?
Yep.
What else?
Right now, you want to be
Meat and bread.
You wanted to be
What else?
with
And
the
some
group
chips.
at Ultimate Gas that
What
had
else?
AR-15s
That's it.
like you, right?
And
I
what?
wanted to be
What, Marshall?
back in the
And
car
bring me
where
some
there
mustard.
were people around.
Right, and we talked
I'll
about
put the
that,
mustard
but
on there.
Initially, you go to Ultimate Gas,
I like them
Ryan, yes.
but you
All
also
right.
talk to people with AR-15s just
All
like
right.
you, right?
I wouldn't say I talked to them. I asked after the phone call. I asked the guy for a fire extinguisher to come with me.
Bring me the mustard.
Let's play exhibit number 11.
Impressive.
At
Oh, this
the
is just
54
fluttering
minute
with
and 30
anticipation.
second mark.
What will the operator
Mr. Rittenhouse, that's Ryan
find
Balch
next?
standing there in the Ultimate Gas lot, correct?
Yes.
Let's play this video.
Getting reacquainted. Don't leave the party just yet. The next amalgam cycle will show you what it means to be on the bleeding edge.
We just saw you run through this video, correct?
Yes.
I started this video at the 54 minute and 30 second mark. It is now paused at the 54 minute and 56 second
Good
mark.
to see my
So for 26 seconds, Corey Elijah has Ryan Balch on screen, center of this video during that entire time, right?
Yes.
And you run right past where Corey Elijah is standing, right?
Yes.
And Ryan Balch is loitering there in the middle of the screen for at least 26 seconds, right?
That's what it looks like on the screen.
And your testimony is you were trying your best to find Ryan Balch at the Ultimate gas station at this point? Because you needed him to protect you?
I was looking for Ryan Balch, but I didn't notice him as I was running away. You
said cheese.
You had cheese, didn't you?
26
On your last
seconds
one?
before you start running, he's standing right there, isn't he?
You had the last piece of cheese. Okay, so I don't even know where you found that piece of cheese at. So how you telling me? I thought you knew where some more cheese was. Cause didn't you have a sandwich earlier?
Here on the phone with Dominic Black.
Yes. And you had a piece of cheese, didn't you?
About 30 seconds.
Yes, you did. I don't even know where you found that piece of cheese at.
Or that fried chicken get back
At the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, well I don't need no cheese. Just give me some meat and bread.
And you'd also been looking for Ryan Balch.
Never been better.
Looking, seeing if I can see him in the crowd. I mean,
Because you wanted a partner, a buddy to protect you.
That's water, I don't know what to add. Who took it
To come along with you, right? Because you wanted someone there to protect you when you go down and put out new fingers and fires. Right? Yes. Because you know that you're running in a crowd that is not friendly to you. Right? No. That's why you had to say the word friendly, 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 because you knew this was a crowd that would not see you as friendly, correct?
I screamed friendly, friendly, friendly because somebody screamed burn inside.
I'm talking about when you put 60th. You yelled at them.
At that time, yes.
You know when the crowd is yelling burn inside.
Alright.
Not at that time. And you also wanted someone from that group to come along with you fire because you knew fully well that anyone running around like you put fires out is going to cause a reaction in the crowd, a hostile reaction, correct?
I didn't think it would cause a negative reaction. I wanted somebody to come with me because you're better in pairs. I thought there were other people at that car source before I got there.
Well, Dominic, if you're telling us that Dominic called you to put out fire at 63rd Street, then you
Hurry up and get my chips too, because I'm hungry. What's taking you so long?
you need to go. Somebody's already down there.
Mr. Black said to me on the phone, hey, they're setting fires at the other car source. I need you to get down there and put out the fires. It must not have, I don't think it, I took it as there's not other people down there.
Why would you need to go 3 blocks down if there were already people there?
No.
There's a man with
Whether there are people there or not.
I make a point of
He
employing.
told us he thought there were, so I'm probing the basis of that and his understanding at the time. I'll repeat the question. Why would you need to run 3 blocks down to the 63rd car source if you thought there were already people there?
I thought there were people there, but Dominic asked me to go down there. I thought that was to help put out the fires that were down there.
This video that we're watching is minutes after you left the 59th Street car source, right?
Yes.
And when you leave the 59th Street car source, you're with Ryan Balch,
Yes.
and then it's a reporter for Richmond Hits.
Yes.
And as far as you know,
No, we're not leaving yet, y'all. We're not leaving.
59th Street car source, everybody in your group is still back there.
We have
Right?
unfinished business.
At the car source.
At 59th Street car
Yes.
source, everybody's still back there.
Yes.
Joanne Fiedler,
Yes.
Dustin Collette, Dominic Black, Nick Smith, Jason Lakowski, anyone else, they're all still there, right?
At that location, yes.
So none of your group is already down at 63rd Street car source, right?
The other group that showed up after we got done taking the pictures with the, I think I said 2 or 3 vans, I believe they were still down there.
And that was 2 or 3 vans of people that came out with what have been described as melee weapons, right? Like bats and clubs and things like that. Do you recall that? First of all, do you recall that testimony?
I do.
Do you remember seeing those 2 or 3 vans come to that location?
I do.
Do you remember seeing people get out of those vans?
Yes, like I saw, I think there were 6
I need 3 meat.
And you saw them with weapons?
No, I need 3.
I saw them with rifles.
Alright.
They were armed.
I don't care what you get. Give me 3.
And you believed that they were going to be the ones protecting the 61st Street persons.
Yes.
So at this point in time in the evening, had anybody told you that those folks had left the 63rd Street persons?
No.
So when you're running with this fire extinguisher, you think there's already a group that's still down there, right?
Yes.
So again, why do you feel that you needed to run 3 blocks down there with a fire extinguisher if you thought there were already people down there protecting the property?
Because Dominic called me and asked me to go put out the fires down there.
And in that
Hey, hurry up and stop talking.
That any of the members of the 59th
Hurry up and stop talking.
group that you were part of, you never said any of them were down there at 63rd, right?
Yes.
And he never told you that the group that was supposed to be down there, he never told you anything about them, whether they were there or not there. He never mentioned that.
It didn't come out.
And you asked the people that you got fire extinguisher to come with you, right?
Yes.
You were looking for Ryan Balch for backup, right?
I was looking around for him, yes.
You had already tried to go back to the 59th Street location, right?
Yes.
And all of those failed.
Yes.
So then you decide to take it upon yourself to head down to 63rd Street to put out fires. Fair?
I wouldn't say that. I would say I went to go put out the fires that I was there to do. I'd say protect the property. I mean, I like put out fires. So I went to go put out the fires. I just believe there were people there.
And you brought your AR-15 along.
Yes.
Where did he get all of that?
Because it was with me.
Yeah, but you earlier when
Alright, go in the trash can. Put the Tupperware in the sink.
take it off.
Yes.
And you can make a choice on your own whether or not to go
Put the
armed with it or whether
Yeah, put the container in the sink.
person who is the lawful
Yeah, put the container in the sink, put the plastic in the trash.
Correct.
I didn't take my rifle up there because there was nobody I could
Yeah, that in the top. Yeah, that's Tupperware. Yeah, put that in the sink.
to hand it to Joanna Wheeler. I was in a
Yep.
safe spot. And I
Yep,
ordered the
both of 'em.
where there were people protecting me at that time right there. When I went to go to the car source with Rita to put out the fires, there was nobody I could hand my rifle to that could protect me. Fighting first aid to somebody.
But you still knew you had it.
My rifle, yes.
You still knew you had it strapped around your body.
Yes.
And you made a conscious decision to bring it along. Right?
Yes.
Fine. Give an answer about how he already had it. We go through. So,
I didn't. I don't really understand.
well, was it simply that, well, I've already got it strapped on, so I might as well bring it along? Is that what you're telling us? You decided to bring along the AR-15 because, well, I've already got it?
No, because you already had it. I mean,
I don't think I was thinking, like, hey, I'm going to take my rifle off. I put it up because there were some people around that could have stolen my gun. And I did. I didn't take my rifle off because I think I was going to be running there. Because no one else was there to protect
I thought you were gonna put it on paper towel.
as I was going there, so that's why I brought it. Yes.
I'm playing. I'm just not listening. That's all. Alright then, shut the fuck up.
Now consider returning to the warm
If that would have happened, I would have
Bitch.
protected myself, but I didn't think I was going to be attacked and ambushed.
But you just said you had
operator has the wisdom to choose comfort and safety over material gain.
I'm dying because I'm all by myself. I'm just over there having fun. It ain't that fucking serious.
Another
Seeing
all
him
betrayers.
on
Damn.
the time
I
period
think you're
where he is heading down the 63rd Street car source. I have not asked
You
for
clearly got some
any
issues.
Well, go ahead, but you need to pick up the pace somewhere.
When you decided to bring your AR-15 loaded with 30 rounds down to the 63rd Street car source location,
Alright, where my chips
what
at?
did you think you needed protection?
Bring my sandwich first. Where my sandwich at? I ain't get my sandwich yet. Come on, man. My sandwich? Oh, you gave me the booty bread. Oh, see, okay. You gave me the booty bread. You know what? Wow, okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you gave me the booty bread. You mean?
I know that because I don't know what it's.
Go ahead.
It's all gone.
That's all, okay, it's alright. It's alright. Thank you. Thank you for the sandwich.
Protection against what? You said you didn't think you needed protection.
Thank you. Appreciate it,
I'm
baby.
confused. Can you help me understand why you're telling us you needed a gun for protection, but you didn't think you needed protection?
I brought the gun for my protection, but what I was saying is I didn't think I would have to use the gun and end up defending myself.
So you, in this video, are running.
Yes.
You run across the screen. Yes?
Yes.
And then I think you testified on direct that as you made it down the block, I don't remember exactly how you phrased it, but you stopped running and you
Bring me the salt.
Is that right?
Yeah, nigga.
I jogged.
Yeah, bring me the salt.
Carrying the fire extinguisher and your gun.
Nigga.
And you're alone at that point.
Stop.
Yes.
You made breakfast, but you didn't. You made lunch, but you didn't cook shit.
To the 63rd
But good job.
car source. You indicated that you came upon that vehicle with the haunted Duramax. You know the vehicle I'm talking about, the Beta. And you indicated that when you got there, walked around that vehicle and you saw
Up to the Duramax. Yes.
you didn't know Joshua Sminsky's name at that point, correct?
No.
You hadn't taken any notice of him at all up until that moment, all night long. Fair?
Fair.
This is the first time that you see that this is a person that comes to your attention. Fair?
Yes.
And you said he had a gun in his hand.
Yes.
And you put the fire extinguisher down on the ground.
Sure.
And then you hear see Mr. Rosenbaum coming from behind you.
There gotta be some more bread in there.
When I get to the Duramax, I step forward and Mr. Sminsky.
Yeah, throw that shit away.
And he steps towards me. I drop the fire.
You're supposed to fix yours
step
first.
back. And that's when I see. I can go to
So you did fix yours first.
Mr. Rosenbaum is
I
coming.
put your part, I put mine.
and then
I put your on top of mine. So. I put
Mr.
that one on top of here.
Okay.
Right there. A couple
Can you
feet
shut the
away,
door?
and some other people there.
The chase happens. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Have you told us everything that you did? That situation just happened in your hands.
Yes.
Can we play the iPad, please? The iPad with the drum video. This is exhibit number 73.
What?
Why
Look, you ain't got your tops back on your. What I tell you about leaving tops off of there. Throw top back on there before you mess it up. You leave the top off, it ain't gonna work no more. Put it over there. You get out the corner. Messing all your shit up. That goes in the trash. shit up. Man, what you be doing? Ain't even paying attention.
Mr. Rittenhouse, this is a video that has been admitted into evidence as exhibit number 73. This is
your baby hungry.
A drone that was hovering south of 63rd at the time that you shot Mr. Rosenbaum. We're going to play the beginning of this video on the iPad, and I'm going to have to power.
She ain't human. She don't eat. Like I told you, she ain't human. She can't move. She don't eat.
Let's take a break. Please don't talk about the case during the break.
Fronts, and we're going to watch exhibit number 82. This is a version of the drone footage that was introduced by our expert James Armstrong yesterday. And I'd like to be able to put this TV centrally so everybody can see it. So let us know if you're able.
Now look at my ear. Look at my ears.
Nothing next.
What's on this sauce? You put that in there yet? I finished. I don't know. You ripped that.
All right, say it. Start over.
I need your heart.
I need your hand.
Wait.
Oh, you don't even notice. You don't even know it no more.
Okay, I need your heart.
I need your hand. I'll do all I can, 'cause I am the man. Do